Alright.
Uruguay.
Back to, Gesundheit. Back to figuring out where the hell I was supposed to go. I know I had to take a little shortcut around here, because the guy climbed up there, but maybe he ran down here and went across the bridge. So I'm going to chase him. I'm going to try going this way.
Yeah, I know how I can remember Hotaru.
David, Emma,
It's
me, and
Hotaru.
and movers. Who else knows?
Hotaru.
Someone from the office. Did Emma blurt it out to some friends? I don't think so. And I was cautious. I didn't leave any trail. Fuck, why can't I crack it?
Mama, ooh. So, considering our theory crafting before the break, we might now understand why, in the intro to the game, he was going at his wife with an axe. Either because she is a sleeper agent, or because he's having a mental breakdown and believes that she is. Or both. His mental instability does not necessarily mean that his theory is wrong. Oh, colored wires. Good. It's got to be some kind of puzzle. Where are they coming from? Up there, huh? This one is coming from... far ass away, that's where. Alright, I'm not following that anymore. That's too far away. Unless I have to later, but I'll figure that out.
Well, guys, with that, I think my glass is falling apart signal to me it's probably time to turn in.
Alright, you have a good one.
I'll see y'all later.
Although, speaking of glasses falling apart, it reminds me of something that happened when I was still a teenager at the time.
Yeah.
Like upper teens. I was on vacation with the parents visiting grandma and staying there. And one night, like sometimes I wore contacts, but I didn't bring them with me at the time. So I'm laying in bed, I have my glasses on a side table. And whenever I took my glasses off, I would usually leave them. Like, I wouldn't fold the arms up, I would just leave them out.
Yeah.
But the side table there was too small that I couldn't do that, so I had them folded in. I'd had the glasses for a while. Apparently too long. Because one night I had to get up and go to the bathroom, so I reached over to pick up my glasses to put them on so I don't stumble over and trip on something on the way to the bathroom. Because I'm blind as hell. I'm unfolding the glasses, the arms of the glasses to put them on. And you know how they're designed so that when you fully unfolded them, there's something that stops you, and they like stops them from moving so that they stay in the right place?
Right.
They kept going. They kept going until my glasses were now at 180 degrees. It was like they were a flat line, and then the arms just detached. And I looked at the broken ends, and the reason they detached was because the mechanism inside, the hinge inside, was like a black and green mush. Like they had just like corroded and molded in there. I'm like,
your glasses caught the green death.
Now I can't wear my glasses anymore, and I don't have my contacts with me. And I can see like maybe 2 feet in front of my face before the world gets blurry. And I'm not at home to get replacement for my optometrist. So it was time to go to the local optometrist and call the one back home and get them to fax over my prescription so I could get new ones made while I'm here. That was a bit of a pain in the ass.
Sounds like it would be, yeah.
God damn, it's an electric fence. I need to find a way to switch it off.
See y'all later.
Bastard.
Hey, you're sleazy.
Night, sir. Alright, now we have to follow the
Electric
wires,
fence.
I think.
What is it doing here?
Let's start with red. To the adventure line,
These
guy.
wires lead.
That's good.
What was that song? The adventure line song was so good, though. Yeah. Okay. Don't electrify me, please.
One down. There's more.
Okay.
Nice knife switch.
I really enjoyed that part of Stanley Parable, though. The adventure line was glorious. And of course, that epic narrator.
Yes.
Time for some more bendy boards. Of course, this wood is pretty old, but still. Oh, speaking of Final Fantasy XIV, Snowcat, I don't know if you ever looked at that video I sent you of the person playing Dancer for the first time. What's the name of the Final Fantasy XIV race that's like the big, strong race? They're like elves, but all muscular. Anyway, she was playing one of those. She was playing one of those and became a dancer, and the way her character's hairstyle and face was mixed with the default dancer outfit that you get when you're training. It was beautiful combination. Like, despite being big, strong, and it was also very graceful as well. It looked really good.
Second one done. I think there's just one left.
I really liked her look. But they're a channel that I watch for. I don't really pursue World of Warcraft news generally, but there's this one particular married couple that does World of Warcraft news videos. Then I just really enjoy their personalities, so I watch them even if I don't really worry too much about the news about the game itself. Although that can be interesting sometimes too, but I watch it for the people more so. And they're dabbling in some Final Fantasy XIV now, like everybody else who's played Warcraft, I guess. Man, this Activision Blizzard scandal is the best thing that ever happened to Squeenix lately.
And Amazon.
Why them?
Because they own New World.
Apparently that's probably not going to last.
A lot of people are going to New World from,
maybe temporarily. I know a lot of people, or I shouldn't say know a lot of people, but I have heard online many people saying that they tried New World out and initially they liked it, but then after playing for a couple dozen hours or so, they started to dislike it. So I don't know how long people will be playing it for. We'll see.
That from folks.
Well, the main one I've heard it from, to be fair, it took him like 50 hours to get to that point. At least by his count. So probably an estimation, but still. It seems like the game is shiny at first, but maybe once you start getting late in the game, the shine wears off. Who knows?
Possibly.
That was the last one. I won't be electrocuted now.
I would say maybe it's just him, but I don't think he's the only one saying it. I know possibly Tony was really enjoying it, but I don't know how long he's been playing it. Maybe he hasn't reached the point where the shine wears off. I don't know. Also, I don't know how much replayability there is to it, because it doesn't have a class system, but you could probably do at least more than one build of some sort, I guess, but I don't know how many different characters you could potentially play through the game as. That won't matter to everybody, but...
Yeah, I think that's going to be more of a system similar to how RuneScape works, is that you can build one character into multiple rather than having multiple characters.
Yeah. That's a big part of Final Fantasy XIV as well. Final Fantasy XIV seems to want you to do everything that you want to do with the same character. Like, oh, you want to try out all these different jobs? We'll just do it all with the same character and then
cut off power.
Mix and match your abilities together to optimize yourself because of the job system. But I found that hard to do when I was playing because there's not There's not enough content to be able to level up a bunch of different jobs without grinding. Like, you could level 2 or 3 jobs without having to grind, but after that you run out of quests to do. And you have to do some more tedious stuff to keep leveling. So I don't think you could really do everything on one character, but the game system is set up to encourage you to do that. And Rogadin, yes, no, Cat, that was it. She was playing a Rogadin. I have to say I like the way that they portray the female Rogadin, because while they are a big, tall, muscular race in general, the women don't look like full-time bodybuilder types, not necessarily. They look strong, but also with some softness and grace to them as well, which is what I like. Others might differ. Some people like their women looking like female Arnold Schwarzeneggers, and what you enjoy. But it's not for me. Oh, Gorilla Glue on your glasses, Dan? Well, don't get none in your hair. Not that girl who was famous for that did it by accident. She did it on purpose. And regretted it immediately.
She should have. Or rather, she should have regretted it before she did it. Been able to see 3 steps ahead and been like, maybe this isn't a good idea.
That's not regret, that's wisdom. You can't regret something you haven't done. Unless your regret is that you didn't do it.
Precisely.
You can only regret things that are in the past. Because that is what regret is.
I don't know. I regret what I'm not going to do in 5 seconds.
Fight me. That's how the word works. What?
Fight me.
No? Alright, it's been more than 5 seconds. Do you regret it?
I regretted it 5 seconds ago.
Okay, now it's regret.
I don't have to regret it now, I already did.
In this building,
I'm over it now.
I'll follow him some more.
Well, that was efficient.
See, I get my regret over with, so I don't ever have to.
But then it's not over with, because you haven't.
But I did. I regretted it before it didn't happen. That way, when it didn't happen, I was over with.
Oh, you. Open this window, maybe? Hello? Culligan man. Hello?
Need to design myself a drink trivet for my new hobby.
Gesundheit.
What did I say? That a drink trivet?
Yes, what the fuck is a trivet? Hello?
It's like a coaster. In fact,
Okay.
it's exactly like a coaster. It is a coaster.
Then why didn't you say coaster?
Because trivet is also a word, damn it.
Well, it must mean something different then.
No, not really.
Usually if we have
Trivet.
2 different words for the same thing, they have at least slightly different connotations to them.
Okay, trivets specifically mention hot items where a coaster does not.
Okay, so it's probably ones that are designed to stop the heat from getting onto the surface below them then.
Which is what a coaster does, yes.
No. Not all Hashtag not all coasters. Some of them are just there to stop liquid from getting onto the surface if the bottom of the cup gets wet.
But if something is acting as a barrier between two things, it will invariably do exactly that and act as a barrier, period.
No. There's a lot of coasters made out of materials that won't stop heat exchange, but will stop liquid exchange.
Left her alone again.
I mean, they will stop some heat exchange. Thermodynamics and entropy being what they are.
To some degree. But some are made to be better at it.
Yeah, if there's more airspace, it'll probably be better at it. But overall,
it's time for pew pew. I don't remember what brought it up earlier. We were talking briefly earlier about something about visuals and sound effects of something being very satisfying. But reminds me of that Rift Breaker game I've been playing has a lot of that to it as well. A lot of the different guns feel and sound really good. Like there's an automatic plasma rifle that just sounds really good.
nice.
And machine guns are quite satisfying as well.
I was right. He's not here. I should look around. It looks like he was hiding something in here.
In fact, they do a good job with the visuals of them as well, to the point where, like, the plasma gun fires blue, and of course the machine gun would have an orangey yellow light coming out of it because of the muzzle flash, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're fighting at night and it's all dark around you, because you're piloting this mech around, you can have a different weapon on each arm. So I had my plasma gun on my left arm, my machine gun on my right arm, and if I was fighting like a large horde of things, or at least enemies that were small in number but strong, I'd hold down both triggers at the same time, and I would have like this glow in front of me that was blue on the left side and orange on the right side. Like this little bubble of air of light around myself just from firing the weapons. It looked quite nice.
So let me get this straight. This guy had to walk around this outpost here and play, asteroids with the quantums to discover that the guy that he was chasing wasn't here. Open your eyes, dumbass.
No, not to discover that he wasn't here. He knows that he's not here currently. He did it to discover that he had been here, and now obviously isn't anymore. But he was specifically here using this whiteboard.
Right, but the narrated line there though said, "Just as I suspected, he's not here." It's like, good job, genius.
I mean, yes, I had been here for a couple of minutes or so already to have already noticed that. But I think within the context, it was more of a confirmation of, yes, he had been here, but I got here too late and I missed him. But yes, the way he phrased it was a little silly. Yeah, obviously he's not here.
Yeah, it's like, glad you have all that high-tech quantum gear to tell you that. I've got this Mark I eyeball, and I could have told you that.
I'm not sure if mine are Mark I anymore. Does it change to a new Mark if they're still the same eyeballs, but they've been altered?
Yeah, they're Mark 1.1 laser eyeballs now.
Well, I wish they could laser things, but they have been lasered, so.
Same, same. I won't tell if you don't.
I need some cyber eyes that can actually pew pew things. Alright, keys.
Breaking it in half is pointless, but okay.
This must be the key to the house.
Is it?
Let's see what he's hiding there.
Well, I guess just removing it from the battery should be enough, right?
Yeah.
But I guess he's breaking it so that the guy can't come back and plug it back in and use it again later.
He's also just leaving a bunch of evidence that he was here.
Well, the bug would have picked that up in the first place.
Not very good spy work.
Well, like I said, just the bug would have detected him entering the place in the first place, so they would already know.
Why, especially with him playing Atari with the Quantums over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is a really strange game developer choice. Like, that really doesn't feel like it belongs in this game. I don't know why they put that in there.
It does fit to the science fiction of the era, though. Like, that was the kind of stuff that people suspected the CIA had during this time, and it's sort of fitting into
lasers to shoot
that.
Invisible flying aliens?
Yeah.
I guess. But from a game developer perspective, like, you put things into a game because they think they will add something to the experience of the game, and that just... Like, having the quantum thing in there to detect traces of people spying on you, that makes sense. Why the laser pews of anomalies, though? That takes me out of it, things. Like, the only thing I can think of is maybe they put it in as a way to break things up, break up the mood of it a little bit. Like, oh, you're feeling tense for a while, let's give you something a little lighthearted and silly pew-pew for a second. To give you a breather.
Yeah. I also think it does sort of add to the world, because, like I say, you look at science fiction of the same era, and it's like, yeah, the CIA has this and has had this for a long time. So, they were obviously ripping off of that.
Or at least at least people believe that that's the case anyway. Although quantum science has been a thing for 100 years now, so who knows what the fuck people secretly have, I guess. They've had time to work with quantums for a while.
Yeah.
I was surprised when I saw quantum science being referenced in a Lovecraft story I was reading the other day.
No, quantum science was a major aspect of the original Doctor Who series.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, I'm talking
less
about,
of a
like,
thing
Lovecraft
today,
started
but-
his writing in the, like, Lovecraft was writing like 80 to 100 years ago, which is definitely older than Doctor Who. But I looked it up, and it was in the 20s. It was in the 1920s that quantum science became a thing, with Einstein being one of the people who founded it. Like, it's attributed to, I think, 4 scientists / mathematicians.
I always liked
Einstein was one of
Einstein's.
them.
I always liked Einstein's thoughts on quantum theory. He was always very honest about it. He said, there isn't a single thing about it that I understand, and that tells me that there's something there.
He had a way with words, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate that aspect. It's like, I don't understand a bit of this, but that tells me that there's something here and we need to look more.
The beginnings of wisdom is knowing that you don't understand something / everything, right?
Yep.
It's when you think you know everything that you have failed. Especially as a
Definitely.
scientist.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. There's a bunch of things going on here, and I can't do anything with any of them. I don't think I can open this either. I'm not getting any... Oh, I am still getting a signal out of this. I didn't hear the beep. But the beep must have happened earlier, and I forgot about it.
I must find out how to open that goddamn basement.
Yes, that's what I was trying to do. Can I mess with this stuff now? No? What even is all this junk?
Generator that is far too new to have existed in this universe. A couple of power boxes and a fairly modern work lamp.
What are power boxes for, and why is one of them over by this door? And by this thing?
Their era continuity needs a little bit of help.
A little bit. Unless this is meant to be an alternate Earth. But they never said anything like that, as far as I'm aware. Unless it says it on the Steam page, which I didn't read. I have no reason to believe that that's the case, is what I'm saying.
Right?
But it's possible.
Like that generator there, the
Oh,
Okay, so I'll
here we go.
storm in and
Yeah.
give the guy hell until he tells me everything.
whatever the brand is.
Just hope his English is better than my Russian. Motherfuckers, they know everything about us. Everything. Fuck, they've been watching our every move. Even here, where we were supposed to be off their radar.
I mean, you're probably right, but I don't know why he blurted that out suddenly right now. There's nothing about this room that makes me think that.
All of the confusers, maybe?
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's likely true, but what was it about stepping into this room that made him suddenly blurt it out?
I don't know. But it just as an example of their era continuity here, that generator out there, the logo is based off of a Duramax generator, and Duramax was founded in 2003. So,
But it's not actually Duramax.
it's the same logo.
I mean, they can make up their own company that happens to be a ripoff of an existing company. And have it not be that company. That's fine.
No,
Sure.
that's not how logos work. They're obviously referencing a Duramax.
Sure, but they're not saying it is a Duramax. They just weren't creative enough to make up
They
their
are.
own. No, they're not. It doesn't say Duramax.
They are saying it's a Duramax because they ripped off the logo.
Lost. I wouldn't be so sure. Did he mention the copies? Should have thought about that before. He already knows more than we wanted him to. The handler is concerned. We've got a serious conversation ahead of us.
Who's behind all this? Since when have they been doing it? If they had me exposed, why didn't they steal the telegrams before?
Also, if these are Russian spies, why aren't they communicating with each other in Russian? So that it would be more difficult for us to understand them. Potentially. You'd think you'd want to add that extra layer of security, right?
You'd
I
think.
mean, obviously it's because they want the game players to understand what they're saying, but I guess they could have subtitled.
Hey, they actually got a tape player correctly, at least. That little tape recorder there is the size tape recorder you'd expect in this era.
Not over here, you mean?
The one on the other table.
Oh, this thing?
That one right there. Little portable.
Yeah.
That's about the size. That's like 4 times the size of the one you have.
Yeah. That's more accurate,
Even
for
that-
sure.
Even that one's a bit on the small side. But it's closer, at least.
Hmm.
Commodore.
Gesundheit? Yeah, let's have some fresh air in here. Huh?
Specifically, that is probably a Commodore Model 4032.
Commander. Yeah, that does look like very similar to the Commodore logo.
It might be a Commodore PET, though. It's tough to say.
I was just going to say, this reminds me of a PET computer. I remember using those when I was a kid. They were roughly that shape.
Yeah, a lot of the Commodore computers were roughly that shape until they did the whole separate keyboard thing.
Which is the ones I'm mostly used to seeing.
Yeah, it could be a Model 4032 or CBM, or it could be a PET.
I think it's a PET. But maybe it's an older one that I don't know about. Pretty nice detail, though. Fuck your paintings. You spy-ass jerks.
Fairly certain either of those Commodores are newer
What is
than
that
the
son of
era.
a bitch up to?
Again, though. Tisk tisk. Oh well.
This note is about what just happened today, I think. Gesundheit again.
My throat is oddly dry. I know how to fix that. I can eat a spicy bean.
Why is this note in weird capitalization? Is there a hidden message here? Let me write this down. The capital letters here. Let's see. Oh, Adam still does not know about me. That's the hidden message there. Okay, hold on. Let me check that again. Sometimes looks like she's afraid of something. She was the one who insisted on the move. Talked to Dee, but he had no idea. Dee was contact somebody else, let's just say. See her more. I'm not sure who Dee is. Is that my boss?
He's marked the places with the relays on the map. It seems I've gotten rid of them all. So we had been bugged all along. Fuck me.
With spicy beans and my throat is no longer dry.
Something to do with temperature.
You what? Sorry?
A couple of spicy beans and my throat is no longer dry.
Oh, cool. Nice. Hold on.
Yeah, time to get the lemons.
Why?
Well, if you have an ink that is a disappearing ink, then you need heat and acid.
Oh,
and...
you're talking about this. Okay. Thought you were talking about your throat still.
No.
Okay.
Lemons are a good source of acid.
I guess whatever I'm supposed to put on the clipboard I don't have yet. And yes, lemons are very acid. For sure.
They're also my secret to super fluffy pancakes.
Ooh, lemon pancakes.
Not enough lemon to where you can taste it, but a little bit of lemon juice in the mix.
Them
When it
lemons.
when something high in acid boils, it boils at a much lower temperature. So and it gases like a lot. So you get those really big air pockets in your pancakes, and they're super fluffy.
There you go. Also, Snowcat, stop licking the lemons. The lemons.
Lemon.
Maybe
Maybe I should
It's the
check what
kind
this
of
button
citrus that
does.
Yoshi eats.
My gut tells me someone has written something here.
Aha.
I can't make it out. There must be a
Here's
way
the
to
invisible
unravel
page
it.
paper.
A book on encrypting. Someone has marked certain pages.
Heat, chemical reaction, ultraviolet.
It works. I'm starting to make out the letters.
C1. Okay, we've got one of the things we need.
I better check what this lever is for.
Don't yet know why I would want the room to be dark, so let's not do that yet.
Probably for the projector.
Probably. I want the power to be on so I can boop this. Oh, ultraviolet? Okay. What am I examining with ultraviolet on?
Maybe the page with the invisible ink on it.
Like the backside of it, maybe?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can take it back. Oh, can't interact with it. It's not that. Plus the way it's sort of blanketing the whole room makes me think it's supposed to be something that's already in here. But I don't see anything.
Yeah, this is when you shut off the visible light.
Yeah. I don't know if that'll cut the power to the ultraviolet light, but we'll try it. Oh, I still see her humming. Okay, there's a 3 on the wall. What does that go with, though? Oh, D. Okay, D is 3.
There's stuff on the floor, too.
Was there?
Yeah.
Oh, footprints. And eyeballs. Oh, A minus 3? If the 3 is supposed to go with the A, then what goes with the D? Ladies. 2. D2. Wait, that just got re-released. People love that Diablo 2. Okay. Well, it seems like these eyeballs are you're supposed to stand here and look. And yeah, eyeball with the feet going back this way, which is the D2. Okay, that's a good clue. I like that. Are there any of them I'm supposed to see from up here? No, it's just the feet leading away from the ultraviolet button. Okay.
I love that the UV bleeds that far over when there's no way it actually would.
Yeah, it's helpful for gameplay stuff, though, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough.
Also, I guess it won't work for the projector because... Oh, maybe it will. I don't know what's powering the projector, but hey, maybe it's got a battery. Also, it's got a
Nothing in here. Need to
thing
find a
for
slide.
slides. I need to find some slides. Alright, drawer check.
Well, these days, through modern dyeing processes, they come in a lot of different colors, and you can even get metal ones. Oh, you
What,
mean
slides?
photo slides.
Boo. Alright, let's at least get the light back on for now.
Something I always thought was kind of funny. The metal slides are falling out of fashion because they can get so hot in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason
I've
I
burned
think
my
that's,
ass on those, yeah.
yeah, the reason I find that funny is like, have y'all never been on a plastic slide that's been in direct sunlight? Those fuckers get hot.
Not as bad as the metal ones, though.
I don't know. I've burned myself on a plastic one. I've never burned myself on a metal one.
Other way around for me.
I think part of the problem is that because people are aware that metal is a good conductor of heat,
Mm-hmm.
and plastic is not that much of a good conductor of heat, is that they make the plastic ones darker colors, which makes them better conductors of heat.
Ah, there's the problem. I think the ones I've been on have been lighter colors. Therefore, don't absorb as much heat.
Yeah, the nastiest burn I ever got was on a plastic slide that was forest green.
Hmm. Not ideal. At least it
And
wasn't black, but it was sounds like it was kind of close.
yeah, and the metal ones are all like this really shiny, polished silver, which actually reflects most of that energy.
The ones I've been on have been more of a dull steelish, like a little reflective, but not as much, like not super shiny. Oh look, somebody's got some pills in here. At least,
I wonder if they're allergy pills.
I don't know. I was gonna make a joke about the Russian spies at least practicing safe sex, but I guess that's not really safe sex. That's just pregnancy-free sex. You still get a disease.
It's unsafe sex with extra steps.
There you go. At least she's not gonna be growing any 9-month belly tumors.
Ah, yes. Life, it's sexually transmitted and always fatal.
It's true. Nobody gets out of life alive. Oh. There we go. Is there more than one, though? How many other sneakrets are in here? Probably just that one. Okay.
Now, what I would have preferred with the slide, and this is just a me thing, says you need a projector to see what's on it. No, you don't.
It makes it bigger, though. Also, I have questions about this candelabra. This candle holder. Do you see anything wrong with this guy?
No, it's that special KGB tech. It's levitating by quantums.
The best spy equipment is the stuff that will never leave a trace behind because it never touches anything.
Quantum floating candlesticks.
Yep. For all of your best spy candle needs.
They're really useful in the library.
Ah, here we go. B4. Really useful in the library, especially if Colonel Mustard shows up.
Exactly. Thank you for getting that reference. I
Actually,
know it was a bit of a stretch, but I had to try.
That's probably the basement door.
Nah.
Where can I get the password? The door is locked. Enter the password.
Okay, let me see. I've got numbers of 1, 2, 3, and 4 on these letters, which means I have to put these letters in a certain order. So we're going to go with reset. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm going to wait for the reset. Okay. C1, G. I don't even know what order to do them in now. Okay, let's go A3. R. B4. D. C1, G. D2, A. No. I don't know what order to do these in then. Okay, C1. Let's try it that way. H. D2, Z, E3, I, E4, G. I don't know what order to put these in.
Wouldn't it be A, B, C, D?
I did that the first time.
Weird. And these are corresponding to the numbers that they...
Yeah, I've got 4 basically grid coordinates. And I'll try it again. A3, L, B4, T, C1, I, D2, P. Worked that time.
Finally.
That's what I did
Now
the first
go in
time, but oh
basement
well.
and deal with that fucker.
Of course, it was different letters at the time because it resets every 25 seconds or 30 seconds, but... oh well. Maybe I made a mistake when I was looking them up quickly because I was under a bit of time pressure.
Timers do be that way.
You're shiny, but I can't interact with you. Maybe I don't have to? Didn't have to. Okay. Although I really liked the key sounds. The key sounds were really nice. They were very pet computery keyboard sounds.
It kind of sounded like those old IBM buckling spring switches.
Yeah, like I said, I've used a pet computer, and that is definitely what their keyboard sounded like. Then a lot of keyboards sounded like that back then. So the IBM you're talking about as well. My first computer we had at home was an IBM 386.
Oh, those buckling spring keys. Something special those were.
They sounded great and they felt great.
You can still get keyboards like that
Image
these
blood.
days.
What's happened
Probably
here?
expensive, I'm assuming.
A little over $100.
Not as expensive as I expected, maybe then, but still a premium item compared to the more common kind of keyboard you get these days. Oh, hi.
Like
They
an
are
animal.
nothing special, though.
Fuck me, I don't get it. Who could have done this? And why?
I just really like the way keyboards sounded and felt to use back then. I don't know if that's a particular kind of keyboard you're talking about or not, but...
Yeah. Yeah, they are, nothing special as far as features. They're literally just a bog standard keyboard. No RGB.
Actually, very bog standard because every keyboard was like that back then.
Yeah, you're not gonna get any RGB.
Luckily,
You're not
they
gonna get
destroyed
any nothing. But man, they feel good.
Mm-hmm. And they sound so. This is the sound when you type is so satisfying.
One of the reasons why I like the Cherry MX Blues. They're so close.
All right, what do we got here?
I finally
Oh,
made
he's
it
alive.
to the line, but something
Oh shit!
followed me.
Pay attention, Adam. Okay, we're switching to the other guy. What was his name? Jacob, I think. Well, I mentioned earlier, Kai, I looked up and there's 13 chapters in the game, so I think we are not going to be finishing this game in 8 hours. I think the people who said that you can beat the main story in 8 hours must have been speedrunners. Okay, this is a nice map and all, but I don't know where I am on it, so limited usefulness. Besides, I'll be exploring around everywhere anyway. I'm almost kind of tempted to try to get one of those kind of keyboards again, but it might end up being a little loud for stream purposes. Ticky 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 tacky tacky.
I mean, people never mentioned hearing mine ever.
Yeah, we don't usually. Like if you're typing away at something while you're on a Discord call with somebody, sometimes we'll hear it. But when you're streaming yourself, I've never heard it that way. Your OBS noise gate is clearly filtering it out.
I miss my keyboard.
Yeah. So I'm curious about something. When you started Dishonored 2 and saw who walked into Emily's throne room, where you were like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused how she got out of the painting.
You'll find out.
The accident claimed the
But that
lives
is a
of
great-
4 people.
That is a
Why
great
would
question
my
that I was
father
wondering
kill
as
them
well.
If they were his friends. And on top of that, the explosion led him to financial ruin. That doesn't make any sense. My father was no fool. He wouldn't hurt his own interests.
-1. Why is there a -1 here? I didn't take a copy of the map with me. Or make a copy of it. There's another one there, though. Okay, this one's telling me where I am, and there's a 1 there. Okay. So it's over here at 6, then. Still have my pistol? Doesn't look like it. Oh, I think it broke. Last time we played this guy.
Green light. The one that the dead man had written about. He was right. And I'm on the right track.
You know, I'm kind of amazed how similar these characters sound, considering they are apparently different actors, but maybe the director told them to do that on purpose. Oh, I'm not Jacob Hyde. Okay. I don't remember who this character's name is then. Okay, his dad, John Norton, is missing, so I must be somebody Norton.
You know, it's funny, because we were talking about the Commodore there. I looked up an old advertisement for the Commodore 64, and the
That's one I
way
have the most
that,
experience with, yeah.
but the way that it's written, it's amazing how you can read the advertisement and hear it spoken in the way that people spoke back then when they were trying to sell you something.
Well, that's what advertisements are.
Right, but like that tone of voice that is specifically to that period.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I never had one myself, so I didn't use it a whole lot, but I had a couple friends who had them. So sometimes I would play games on them at their place. Same thing with the Amiga and sometimes a VIC-20.
VIC-20.
And I briefly knew one guy who had an Intellivision. One that had that weird like number pad controller.
Yep.
Okay, so I just did a circle of that.
I know somebody who has a Commodore SX64, which is the one that had the really small, like 40mm CRT built into it. It's weird.
That is weird.
It's about, the entire thing is about the size of a briefcase, and it has a keyboard that snaps onto the front.
Huh. Early attempts at laptops, I guess, eh?
That's exactly what it was, yeah. It was something special.
I'm running in circles, damn it! I need a clue. Maybe someone's written one down somewhere.
Does anybody have a clue? Because I don't. Yeah, I think I've been here. Yeah, I went there before. I went this way. Well, I don't think I'm going to be running out of kerosene any day soon.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not complaining about it. I think I went down here already. Let's check again. I wish there was a slightly quicker way to deploy it, though. Like some sort of quick key, but oh well. Alright, so now I'm there. been through here. That's where I just was. And it's got an achievement relating to how many matches I have now.
Nice.
Quite a lot of them. Yeah, so I'm now back here again. Part of the problem is that I don't know where my goal is. I guess I'm just supposed to pass through and get out of here, I would imagine, but how do? Maybe I should mess around down here some more. But before I do, it's pee-pee time. Be right back.